Hey guys, NRG Thoom Shorts here. If you're new, subscribe, and if you're not, welcome back. You saw the title of the video, so let's talk about it. And by talk, I mean I talk while you sit there and enjoy your food, or sit back and close your eyes and listen. If you haven't seen part 1 of this video, go watch it, then come back to this one. I'll put a link to it in the description. So it's been some time since the release of that video, and the plan was to always have a follow-up. I didn't know if that was going to be after 2 weeks or 2 months, but here we are. And after all of that time, the big question has arrived: has anything changed? The answer to that question is yes. But the follow-up question to that is, has anything changed for the better? And the answer to that is no. In fact, things have only gotten worse, but I believe there's still hope for this community, so I've already walked you through a train wreck once. Let me go ahead and walk you guys through another one. This is gonna be a little speed run. We're gonna go through the members and see what has changed. Meteors basically doesn't exist. Pretty much end of story. There's no screenshots or anything worth putting up. Philly is probably still sore from tattoos and doesn't feel like streaming, but he was pretty consistent when he was streaming. Bo, he's uploading pics of the Thoom House members sleeping. Geno's is making upgrades to his stream. I say that with a question mark because I'm not actually sure. Sin is pretty active on Twitter. He tried to stream. Yanni is somewhat active on Twitter, but that man is not streaming. And obviously no one is really streaming besides Exie and Sin sometimes. I could end the video right there. That's the update, but trust me, there's more to the story, so get comfortable. I am a very understanding person, but I do not like being lied to. We've been getting promise after promise of all this potential content, and we still have nothing.
We back and we taking over.
Yes, sir!
Channels. One of them is going to be the NRG Thoom House channel. Another one's going to be the NRG More Thoom House channels, where we'll be posting a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And then the last one, which we will be dropping, is the NRG Thoomcast, man. That's something we hella excited about.
Yes,
to
sir.
Get that going and get it flowing. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be talking, and
it's gonna be a lit podcast, baby.
it's going to be fucking lit.
We're gonna have a whole bunch of content coming at you guys back to back to back on all of these channels, all of these socials. So make sure that you're there. Make sure you stay updated. Make sure you hit that bell so you know when you're notified that the video is dropping. And make sure you're there every Thursday for that big Thoom House drop, baby.
Facts, because we thooming.
Thooming, baby. Woo!
The thing that makes all of this worse is that they're saying, if you like what we have now, just wait until you see what we have in store for the future. This is only the beginning. I'm sitting here like, if you don't do something soon, this will be the end. Like, okay, buddy, how are you gonna hype up future content when you can't even deliver the current content you already promised? And you know fans will have even higher expectations than they have right now when you say things like that, so you have to make the content absolutely top tier at that point, things we can't get from any other place. Right now, it seems like the Thoom House doesn't have a job of creating content. Their job is to sell you as many lies as possible. And here's what makes everything strange. This isn't just a group of friends. This is an organization, a business. The house members are getting paid a salary and they don't even have to do anything anymore. Like, is this an investment from NRG that's gonna pay itself off, or is this just helping people out? Because I don't see how this project would generate any money. What I thought was gonna happen is that every Thoom House Thursday video would have a sponsor like SeatGeek, Honey, Purple, Gamersubs, Hot Pockets, or any of their partners, but there was just one displayed sponsor and that was it.
What's up, everybody? Before we get too far into this video, I want to go ahead and look over here to the posters that you guys are always talking about. These are actually called displays. They're awesome. They have everything from anime to nature to all kinds of things. You gotta go to the website and check it out.
And obviously, along with all the sponsors, their YouTube channel would be monetized, so they're getting money from AdSense. But I was wrong. There's like no sponsors in any of the other videos besides the racing $200,000 cars video. Are they holding off on content until they get more sponsors? Because everything NRG outside of the Thoom House seems to be going very well. I mean, it's cool for the fans, no ads, but what if no ads means no money, and no money means no more Thoom House? Unless all of the other branches of NRG are bringing in enough money to support the Thoom House, this is a project that's gonna run out of money and crash and burn. On top of empty promises, we don't ever get a follow-up on why things are never released or done. Fans don't really have many ways or any ways at all to actually get in contact with Ham and Day. Don't get things confused. They may have social media and discords, but it's basically just one big dono wall. It's the equivalent to a girl giving you a fake phone number. You can call it, but no one is picking up and you're just talking to yourself. But I don't know everyone's experience. Maybe they do respond way more often than I'm aware of, but from what I've seen, it's usually, hey, I tweet, you look at it, I don't really care what you have to say. And if they do respond, how do I know it's actually them and not just their manager doing everything for them? On the bright side, although Discord is not a great place to actually contact them, it's a great place to make friends, so that's a plus. But fortunately enough, outside of Ham and Day, the other members will actually interact with you on social media and on their Discord, so you'll love to see it. I think it's pretty obvious that they distance themselves on purpose, prime example of a parasocial relationship, and that's perfectly fine, but listen to this.
UCKAAAAAAAA.
Chat, on a serious note, I know y'all going hands fake me. I know y'all going cap on me. I know y'all going to say see you in 2 years. But I swear to God,
Back, baby.
I swear, bro, we back and we gonna be consistent. So tomorrow, 8 p.m. a stream. The next day after that, 8 p.m. stream. Next day after that.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
This whole project has been a scam for the fans. With things like that being said, it seems like I'm gonna be consistent, get as much money as possible, and then I'm gonna leave and do whatever I want. And before anyone comes to defend Hamlinz or Daequan, let me explain things in a way that makes sense. During Hamlinz's prime, he was inconsistent everywhere. He had 2 years to dig himself out of his hole, and then he had another break when the internet went out completely at the Thoom House. And he had another break before that break, so he's really had like 3 to 4 breaks throughout his entire career. And that's only if you count the big breaks, the ones that are like, oh, I might be gone forever, I might come back. If we count the small breaks of very inconsistent streaming, this dude has been gone for half of his career. However, Daequan was very consistent on some platforms. He was consistent on YouTube and Twitch. He had 2 years to dig himself out of his hole as well. And by hole, I mean whatever issues were affecting them mentally or physically. I mean, just go through their Instagrams. They were never consistently posting or posting constantly. Usually just sponsored posts or the occasional highlight. I mean, Hamlinz has been saying he wants to update his Twitter and Instagram profile picture for a while now, and nothing has changed. Daequan talked about on one of his comeback streams how some people can disappear from streaming or the internet, and when they come back, they get like little to no support. But you got crazy support, people remembered you, people were waiting for this, and this is how you treat them. Seems kind of weird, doesn't it? And now back to Hamlinz. I'm gonna point out something that nobody's pointed out in his chat or his Reddit or his Discord, so here we go. We all know Hamlinz has a bad memory, but I can't tell if he actually has a bad memory and he relies way too much on chat, or if he's actually trying to piss us off on purpose. This man has asked the chat at least 3 times, hey, do you guys think I should do earlier streams? Would you guys like that? Aw, that sounds so harmless, right guys? Just wanting to get feedback from his community on what he should do, but it's not. Half of the Reddit used to be about how everyone had ruined sleep schedules and how people would have to stay up so late to watch the stream. So you would never need to actually ask us if we wanted earlier streams if the Reddit has already told you that their sleep schedules would appreciate it. And for a man that does a 7-hour Reddit recap, there's no way you actually forgot that happened. Okay, maybe he's a papega and it went over his head. It was innocent. Wrong. Every time he does ask the chat, he's like, hey, do you guys want an earlier stream? Do you guys want me to do 2 shorter streams in a day? Maybe one in the morning, one in the evening, so I can have everyone watch the stream? We say yes every single time. Then what does he do with that information? Nothing. He continues to have the exact same streaming schedule. So not only does he ask something he knows the answer to, but he continues to do nothing with the feedback that his supporters give him. And don't get me wrong, we all wanted them back. The thing is, no one rushed them into this. They could have easily taken as much time as they needed or never came back unless funds were running low and both of them or one of them needed to do something to keep things going. They both made a return along with promises that they couldn't keep. People will say streaming is hard, give them a break. If streaming is that hard, then don't stream for 8 hours every night and just make a schedule that you can stick to. No one told you to stream for 10 hours every night, get no sleep, and then disappear with no announcement. Is it for business? Was there burnout? Did you go home to visit family? And it really doesn't help when you pull a move like this immediately after a sponsored stream. This is the definition of rent paid, see you in 3 years, buddy. And if no one was actually ready to make content yet, why not just hold off on the announcement and spend time preparing for this huge event instead of making things up on the fly? No one was rushing you all until you came back. Now we're expecting you to live up to the hype. Think about it this way, they could have made their announcement this month. It would have been a longer wait, yes, but the results would have been amazing, which means they would have had months of making content, getting internet fixed, preparing vlogs, and time to settle in. That means if they get burnt out now or later or something happens, there's so much content already done, ready to be uploaded. If they don't stream or make new content, there's plenty of content to hold us over until they return. Those things sound like nothing but positives to me. Keep in mind, I'm no manager. I didn't go to school to manage a team or an org. I'm not asking for that responsibility either. However, if I feel like I can do a better job with the budget that they have, we have a problem because after all, this is their job. The problem isn't taking the break. The problem is that there's zero communication. What if you told your boss, hey, I want to work 6 days a week, and then you stop showing up without mentioning anything? Or you had your wedding day planned out and never showed up to the wedding without saying a word. Those are very weird things to do. No matter how silly or goofy they are, it comes down to being at least somewhat professional and sympathetic. Hamlinz knows what it's like to stream from a shed when it's cold. So imagine a viewer coming home from a job that they hate, being promised a stream at 8 p.m. so they can have something good to look forward to, and then nothing happens. But to be fair, please do not rely on a streamer being the only thing in life that makes you happy. That is a terrible plan, and their job isn't to make you happy 24/7, but we just want transparency. It doesn't seem very genuine when you stream, get subs and donations, and then dip off with their money without saying a word. And when the most you've done as far as keeping your fans updated is changing your name from TSM to NRG, come on, bro. And that's for Daequan. As far as Hamlinz, I think he actually misses the days when he had lower viewers. He's actually talked about when he was a smaller streamer and he misses those days of knowing everyone in chat, being able to read everything, and just feeling like it's a real tight-knit community. But if he was still a smaller streamer, he wouldn't be able to make the money to pay the bills or get rent paid. So it comes with a trade-off. If you're a bigger streamer, you kind of hate your toxic fan base and you're only here for the money. If you're a smaller streamer, you're enjoying all of your time on stream, but hey, bills still need need to be paid? So we have questions and we never get the answers from the source, so where does that leave us? We are going to the only members that are active, which usually means we're hounding Exie for answers to questions she's probably tired of answering. But that's exactly where things get weird in this whole situation. If someone asks, hey, how's Hamlinz? Where is he? We usually get the response from Exie of, I don't see him or talk to him. Pretty sure he's fine.
I don't know, sir.
Actually, I'm about to use thick darkness.
I don't see him or talk to him, so I don't know. But he's fine.
I gotta inspect.
So you're taking a guess? This isn't a group of friends spread out all over the world, all over the states, or living in the same state but spread out. It's a group of friends literally all living in the same house. If the Thoom House is all about bringing your close friends into the same house and creating content, why does it feel more disconnected than ever? Imagine you live with your closest friends and you haven't left your room in weeks and no one comes to check up on you. I'm not saying you guys need to cuddle together or do hourly checkups, but what if you passed out or had a heart attack? I could be exaggerating, but things do happen. And if being bothered by a roommate once a day isn't your thing just because they want to check up on you, then you should live alone. I'm not saying anyone has done that or said anything like that. That's just for if someone feels like that in the future. Right now, it seems like the schedule for the Thoom House is eat, sleep, get paid, blame internet. You know what? Let's talk about that. You're telling me the dudes whose whole career started because of streaming got a $7 million mansion without ever doing a connection test for the internet before moving in? The more that I think about this situation, the more disappointed I become with the lack of planning. But to be fair, believe it or not, they did say we did test streams and everything was fine. I don't know what happened when it came to the real stream. And then poof, gone again. So last time we got an update on Day. He's planning to do IRL streams, right? But if he got the backpack that I'm thinking he got, it may be there by now if it only takes 3 weeks to ship. But we wouldn't know because the dude doesn't care. I don't care what he tells you, the man has changed and people do change. But if people can't see that, I don't know what to say. I guarantee no one works so hard to the point, not even a billionaire, that they can't put out a few tweets a month. Tweets on updates of what's actually going on, not links to new YouTube videos that could easily be posted by your manager. Even a behind the scenes stream would be cool of him setting up the backpack because it's pretty rare content. I don't know too many people with a streaming backpack or people that can even afford it. My guess is the man is gonna pop up again after 2 months with a tweet saying, first IRL stream with good connection tomorrow, be there, we Thoom it, I miss y'all. Then he'll take all of your money and disappear again. Basically, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, leave and don't come back. But back to this whole internet thing because I'm sick of hearing about it at this point. If you always have someone fixing it and you've had someone come out from an entirely different state to fix it and it still doesn't work after months, I'm sorry to break it to you, buddy. It's time to move. There's nothing to fix. It's never going to work. No one is gonna be sitting here waiting until the middle of next year, June or July, and you guys are gonna tweet, hey, the Thoom House's internet is finally fixed. We're back and we're Thooming. Basically, we've seen the crash of this whole thing already, and now fans are coming out of their house with their pajamas and slippers and blankets with their cup of coffee or their cup of tea in the middle of the night, and we're just gathering around to watch this whole thing burn. You know there's a problem when the people who make a fraction of the money that they make have great internet and the dudes living in a mansion are struggling with it. The place is just too big. It's time to get some long Ethernet cables with extenders and see what magic you can make work. This should allow for PC streaming. I don't know about IRL stuff though, because we're always gonna hear about internet this or internet that. For streaming, I completely understand. It's a perfect reason not to stream. However, for uploading YouTube videos, I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. It's complete BS.
Yeah, don't worry, there'll be more. I just don't know when. We're trying to solve... Guys, the biggest problem right now is our internet. Like, our internet is so atrocious, so we're trying to just solve that issue. That's why a lot of people aren't streaming.
When it comes to uploading YouTube videos, you can have doo-doo internet. You'll just have slow upload times, which means there's no reason not to upload content ahead of time just in case something like this happens. They could literally schedule videos so far ahead of time, it would be like they never left and we wouldn't even be able to tell. So if you guys don't make videos or you guys don't know the whole process, let me break it down for you guys. Filming the videos does not require internet. The type of content that they make for the NRG Thoom House channel and the More NRG Thoom House videos does not require internet. You know what else doesn't require internet? Editing the videos. You guys can do everything offline. Trust me, it can be done. It is done all the time. People edit in the middle of nowhere when they're on vacation. It's not that hard to do. However, if you guys want to add a funny clip or a meme into there, all you would have to do is turn on your phone's hotspot, use that, download the clip or the audio, whatever you need, and then turn it right back off. The only thing in this entire process that requires internet is uploading the video. You're telling me an organization this big can't figure out how to upload a video? You can upload in Hamlinz room or Exie's room, the people who seem to have the best internet in the house, and let's say they don't want to do that. You can go to a Starbucks, rent out an office space, go to a store with Wi-Fi, get a hotspot. Crazy enough, there's some bowling alleys with Wi-Fi, or even, wait for it, hear me out, upload the video at a library. I can't be the only one that finds it weird that they think the only place they can upload from is the Thoom House. Like there aren't solutions for these problems, and if they're scared about leaks, use a VPN. It kind of seems like the grind mentality, or we're gonna do whatever it takes to make sure this happens, is gone. Any roadblock and they're done, they give up. So if there are other ways of getting the content uploaded, what's the problem now? You may think you solved the mystery. Oh, it's probably because because they ran out of content. Come on guys, that would be a lie. There was a video film where they all went to the studio and made songs, a Squid Game video, and I'm pretty sure there was supposed to be a Halloween video as well. But guess what, everybody? None of those were uploaded. Do you know how quickly people move on from one trend to the next, or how things are only relevant during a specific time? No one is going to be hyped for a Squid Game video in January, and no one is going to be in the spooky mood in March, unless you're a channel that does everything horror and costumes and cosplay, and that's what people expect from you year round, but they don't fall into that category. Speaking of videos that were never uploaded, I mentioned in the first part that the NRG squad needs to do more promotion for their videos. It's kind of weird that the Thoom House members have to say things like, I'm not supposed to be telling you guys this, but there's actually a video we filmed where blah 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 happened, or we filmed a blank video, you guys are gonna like it. Who thought it was a good idea to ever hide or keep these videos a secret? Hiding content and not talking about it is exactly what's killing the channel. Or maybe it's because they're like, hey, if you guys talk about these videos and get them hyped up and we never actually finished editing the videos, or the production was terrible, we can't release them, and now you guys are talking about videos that we don't actually have done. Well then just make videos that actually get done so we can talk about them. I'm pretty sure no one cares if you spoil what the video is about or one funny thing that happened in it, because when someone asks, hey chat, you guys want to know what we filmed today? Everyone's like, yes, tell us. You know why? Because it makes you want to watch the video more. For example, let's say Hamlinz says, in the Squid Game video we filmed, they slipped on some jelly beans. It was hilarious. No one is going to be like, well, now I'm not going to watch it because that was a spoiler, because it's only a story that he told. All of us are going to want to see the video because we want the visuals to match the story to see what actually happened. And let's say Hamlinz did show us the clip of it actually happening. We get to see Day fall on some freaking jelly beans. We still want to see how he even got there, what happened before and what happened after, and actually enjoy the entire video because we've been waiting for like 30 weeks anyway. You see what I'm talking about? The more you talk about the Thoom House, the longer people will remember and continue to have interest in it. You let the buzz die and you may never build it back up to where it was ever again. But right now, I feel like people are going to keep cutting them slack over and over and over until there's no more slack to cut, and one day they'll realize it was all a lie and you guys got bamboozled. We're gonna keep hearing, give them time, give them a break, we don't know what they're going through, which is fine, but where do we draw the lines between babysitting, caring about people, and actually holding people accountable? Because right now it seems like there's no reason for them to stay consistent, and maybe there isn't a reason. Maybe Day and Ham used all their money to invest into other things, so if they never streamed again, it wouldn't matter. Which makes sense, you grind so you can relax and do whatever you want later in life, but if that was the plan, to just invest into other things and treat this massive project like it's something on the side, what was the point? I no longer have expectations for this whole thing. I'm no longer holding them to a standard. I'm not expecting streams or uploads. This whole thing just feels dead on arrival, and I'm hoping for the best, but at the same time, I don't want to become delusional. And if you guys ever see content on this channel slow down, it's not because I got lazy. I literally just don't have anything left to post. But hey, who knows? If you guys like the editing and the content on here, I'll start my own channel or turn this channel into my own, because at this point, it basically is. If that's something you would all be interested in, let me know. Unless you're all like, shut your mouth, get back to editing. We're not here for you. We're only here for them. And I would understand that if they actually had content out there that people could see. But who knows? Maybe they're too scared to vlog. Maybe they don't know how videos would perform if they're not gaming related, or if they even feel entertaining anymore. It's easier to stream all day from at home knowing something funny is bound to happen, and you could just edit it all together, compared to you go to Six Flags and the editing sucks, or the angles are bad, or the battery dies and the reactions aren't dramatic, the mic cuts out, and there goes your content down the drain. And maybe this applies to the podcast as well. Maybe they know they're funny on stream and they're funny in the Thoom House videos, but if you have to sit in front of a camera for 2 hours and hope that the entire thing is entertaining and people won't call it boring, they're scared of that. And I see it in the comments. Some people don't like the IRL content. They only want gaming, and more gaming. Even though games are doo-doo right now. Yes, there's COD and Battlefield, and those games are only appealing if you haven't played them for your entire life. Or let's say they do play some nerdy and weird game, your viewers don't even want to watch that. So what do? The chat is just Fortnite, more Fortnite. And with that happening, even if you never actually realize it, you subconsciously start to hate your own fan base. So this plan for the Thoom House was sabotaged way before it even happened. Toxic fans, poor planning, poor execution, and overall just needs a lot of work. But who knows, the future could be much better. Let me know what you guys think of this whole thing. Do you think there's hope? Did we get scammed? Is there something I'm missing or got wrong? Is rent truly paid and they're never coming back? Send this to all of the Thoom House, put it in their Discord, put it in their Reddit, send it in a DM. I don't care, just get it to them. They gotta wake up. We tried it once, let's do it one more time, because we all know where this could easily head, and I don't want it to end up there, but I'm also not blind. I see what's happening. It ain't looking too good. So hopefully y'all stay thooming, and until next time.
We back and we taking over.
So that was the original video. There was going to be nothing else. That was everything. But now it's been some time since I recorded that video, and I was gonna upload it right away, but I decided to wait just in case there was any new information about the whole situation. It would be pretty irresponsible for me to release the video when things have changed. So I'm recording this the day after Thanksgiving, aka Black Friday. Hopefully you got what you wanted, and if not, maybe you got what you needed on Cyber Monday. Anyway, after seeing the Thoomsgiving streams, I was wrong about the whole house feeling more disconnected than ever. Everyone seems pretty close, but for some time it did appear that way, mainly because usually on stream people go into the kitchen, get their food, and leave. Not much of an interaction. But then again, Yanni was eating alone on Thanksgiving, and no one volunteered to go to the store with Exie when she's been actively trying to solve the bug issue in the house. So that makes me think maybe I wasn't completely wrong. But I do understand that not everything happens on camera or on stream, so what do I know? The entire house could be in one big cuddle huddle every night in the theater room for all I know. But guess what? You guessed it. That's right. Here's where things get a little weird. Philly said that he hasn't had the energy to stream because he's healing from tattoos, and that's what I said. I'm like, if you're sore all the time, obviously it's not going to be streaming, guys. Come on, give him a break. However, he also said this.
Philly is resting his arm on the desk hurt? Does it hurt resting arm?
No, I'm used to the pain already.
That makes it seem like you're unfazed by the pain. So does it hurt and you're tired, or does it not bother you? But to be fair, you can be in pain one minute and not in pain the next, or tired one minute and fine by the next. This can shift by the hour and day by day. And after all, there is a difference between pain tolerance and fatigue. So maybe he's not fazed by the pain, but he still has no energy. And on top of that, you guys have to remember, this isn't a tiny tattoo. This is an entire sleeve. So it's pretty exhausting. Another thing that I've noticed is that the Thoom House members keep claiming video games are boring. We don't want to stream those. But when you listen to the Thoom House members talk to each other, it's always, you want to play League? We playing Clan Wars tonight? Let's play right now. 1v1 me, I'll beat you. And this is to be expected in a house full of gamers, but just don't put on this facade of video games. I barely touch those. I don't even play them anymore. I'm too old for that now. Meanwhile, you're grinding with the cameras off, buddy. We know what you're doing. But remember, guys, this house is all about IRL content. Even though all we do is talk about the IRL content and we haven't dropped anything in a month, I'm like, if you're gonna be playing video games all day, at least stream it. At least get some content out of it instead of talking about content that we're not gonna get anytime soon. So let's talk about the Golden Boys, Hamlinz and Daequan. They didn't make an appearance during Thoomsgiving. I'm assuming that Ham went home to see his family, and Day could have been in his room, or maybe he went home to visit family as well. I really don't know. This is all a guess, guys, so that's all I got for you. And it really does seem like the house is tired of answering about the whereabouts of these two, because it's become a meme at this point. When people type in chat, where's Ham? The house usually responds with, he's pregnant or under your bed. And when they ask about where's Day, it's usually, he's under your bed. So if you're looking for a real response or an actual update, we don't even get that from the Thoom House members anymore, mainly because they're probably tired of answering it, and also they don't really know, or they don't really care to keep informing the chat, because they're like, if Day and Ham wanted to let you know what's going on with them, they would let you know themselves. And speaking of Day, it seems like that backpack that they ordered actually arrived like a long time ago, and they're doing plenty of testing to make sure it's ready to go. But how much testing are they gonna do? How much? Like, be honest with me. The streams don't need to be perfect, and they never will be. If there's a little bit of lag, it's okay. You've done all the testing there is to do. Just go live already. I feel like this whole perfection thing has gone way too far. It's to the point to where I think they're scared of just a little bit of lag or one dropped frame. Like, buddy, you're not at home with a solid internet connection. It's okay. Perfection is just an excuse or an insecurity. You know what's better than perfection? Something you can't achieve anyway. Actually streaming and releasing content. We're tired of hearing about it. Just do it. I find it weird because I know so many IRL streamers both with less expensive and more expensive setups, and they're like, oh, the frame dropped a little bit. Don't worry, guys. The stream went offline. Just refresh your page. Hey, just letting you guys know the connection is going to get really spotty, but we'll be back to normal soon. It's almost like those people actually care about their fans and streaming, because I guarantee you once upon a time you did not need a perfect stream. When Twitch first became a thing and live streaming was a thing, people were like, I'm just gonna go live. I don't really care about the setup. I'm just here to interact with my fans. But somewhere down the road, people are like, I gotta have a perfect setup. And I understand you want to improve. If you're making more money, you want to have a quality stream. But originally, I feel like improving quality was so you could have an advantage over people that were already more popular, because if you have a crazy camera or crazy gameplay, and you're like, oh my god, it's super crispy, I'm gonna follow this guy. But you don't need to do that, Day. You already have thousands of people that want to watch you at any given moment, so what's the point? Like, what are you really compensating for here? I would love to know. But there is some good news. Hamlinz tweeted about Thanksgiving, so there's that, but there's still no update as to what's going on with him directly, but we'll have more of an update on that later in the video. I think it's perfectly fine to be with your family during the holidays. However, it just made the Thoomsgiving kind of weird, because everyone was trying to have a good time at the Thoom House, and half of the chat was, where's Ham and Day? And I could see it's kind of weird because they're not there. It's like, you started this whole Thoom House thing, and you're not gonna be here for a Thoomsgiving or a Thoommas. Now, it's perfectly fine to be with your family, but at the same time, this is kind of like the second family that you started. How often often do you get to move all your friends into a mansion and celebrate the holidays with them? I think it would have been pretty cool, but hey, if seeing your real family is more important, then that's your choice. And for another thing I may have been wrong about, I'm not sure if they gave up. They definitely left us in the dark, but it seems like they've been working behind the scenes. It seems like they're working on making vlogs a thing and new content for the channel, and there's a lot of behind the scenes content being put together right now. Now, it does seem like we won't be seeing this behind the scenes content being put together and finished until far in the future. However, if we are getting new content, I think we need it pretty soon, because it's not like they've been gone for 2 weeks, it's been a month, and actually more time is being added to that as we speak. And plus, a lot of fans already feel betrayed. But don't listen to me, here's more from the thickest Thoom House member himself.
What happened with the Thoom channel? So we're gonna do what we always wanted. Instead of posting like, you know, just like, instead of posting traditional YouTube challenges and all that, we're gonna be doing IRL content. So like we still gotta fix the backpack, right? And then once we get that fixed, because we gotta figure it out all of ourselves, right? We don't have any help, so we gotta fix the backpack. And then once they fix the backpack, we're gonna do IRL content and like post like IRL content on the YouTube channel, because that's what we always want to do. And IRL content is just way more fun and way more better than like, you know, all that, like, you know, hide and seek, you know, paintball challenges and all that stuff. So yeah, so waiting on that. And I don't know where Hams is. Probably like health issues or something. So I don't know. I just let him do his thing. So y'all want to vlog? Yes, vlogging. So behind the scenes, we vlog like a lot of like behind the scenes offline clips, and we're training Lunch and Zines to put it into one video, and we're gonna post like our behind the scenes vlogs, you know, like that'd be fucking sick. So that's what we're waiting on. We're just waiting on that. But yeah, we're all still at the house. We're all okay, you know. Ethernet is fixed. Wi-Fi is fine. We're just waiting to do the content that we actually really want to do, which will definitely be way better. But yeah, no, it's all good, guys. We're all good. Trust me. He said that they're trying to do IRL content. Yeah. So to do IRL content, there's so much things that are involved that needs to be like set up, and we don't have like the resources, and like we don't have the resources and help to do that. So we gotta figure it all ourselves. So once we perfect that and figure it out, then we can like set that up and get it going. So yeah, IRL vlogs, dude. So we've already been vlogging. Like, so we're just like waiting to like edit that up, like post out all those videos. So that's gonna be sick. Yeah, Meteor's been like working on it. Yeah, so that's what we've been doing behind the scenes. In terms of like, yeah, that'll be posted on YouTube. So yeah, NRG not helping at all. They are helping, but they just don't have like, they don't have the resources. Like, I mean, they got the money and everything to help us out, but they don't have like knowledge about IRL things. So well, now we're just like working on that together, and then we're like gonna show them what we want. So we're just waiting on Daequan. So we're gonna like show them how things are gonna go, how exactly what we want, and it's like way better, and then boom, it's gonna be sick. You know, Daequan's not gonna, and Hams are not gonna kill themselves and play Fortnite every day and all that game's buns. Cause we're the first IRL on like for terms of NRG. Yeah, I mean, we're working behind the scenes. So it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. No bad blood? No, never.
It's good to know that they're still working on the backpack, and apparently they're switching from IRL content to IRL content? So they're working hard to change it from the content that was working to something very experimental. I'm all for it, as long as they have a plan to be able to produce content consistently. I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but I do think it's gonna be pretty challenging to create future content as entertaining as Thoom House Thursdays. I mean, think about it, everybody. We're still waiting for the first official episode of the Thoomcast, and it seems like that the way things are going, the streams are gonna have more and more discussions on stream stream, which makes for great content, and although the setup isn't perfect, especially the audio, it's what we have for now, and I'll take those unplanned on-the-fly Thoomcast episodes any day over promised content that we still don't have. I mean, Philly said it himself, NRG has the money to help them, and it seems like NRG is like, here's the money, do whatever you guys want with it, make content, live up to your contract. And what does the Thoom House do? They're like, thanks, but can we like do this next year? It's like, you guys are gonna use our money, just hold on to it and do nothing with it. Like, we have the funds to help you guys out, but it seems like you guys aren't gonna be making any content with the money that we're giving you. So you guys can buy the mics, you guys can buy the mixer, you guys can have someone set this whole podcast up, but you're not doing it. So what are you guys doing? By the looks of it, it seems like we're not gonna get the first episode filmed until February, and then that episode won't even be released until June. And I know, please do not do this, Thoom House. Please do not make the first episode of the podcast introducing everyone. We're gonna get to know everyone through the podcast just by watching, and we better not get a podcast episode of everyone talking about how they made it into the Thoom House or NRG. We already know that. You guys have already done multiple videos talking about each member. It's okay. Anyway, I'm excited to see what videos Zines and Lunch can create if they can do it consistently. And speaking of the editors in the Thoom House, if you made it this far, congratulations. This is gonna freaking blow your mind, and you're gonna be like, this makes absolutely no sense. You're ready for it? Let's go. We all know how Exie's carrying this whole thing, besides Hamlinz when he had his 1 month of streaming, and he's like, okay, rent's paid, I'm out of here, bye guys. And we all know how there's supposed to be all this content coming soon, because everyone knows when a Thoom House member says soon, it never means that. So I'm over here like, ooh, I have an idea. There's not too much to edit right now. I'm kind of bored. There's no way Zines and Lunch can do all of this editing by themselves if the Thoom House is supposed to be producing content the way they say they'll be doing it. That's just too much for 2 people. So what did I decide to do? I hit up the Thoom House and said, I can edit that future content and that new content for you guys. Don't even worry about it. Keep in mind, I've been editing for like half of my life. I can literally make a funny moments behind the scenes TikTok content, or pretty much any content for the More NRG Thoom House channel. That wouldn't affect the content for this channel, and everyone would have more content, but I get wanting an in-house editor instead because it makes the process so much easier to give input and feedback in person. Trust me, if you think it's easier on Discord or your Zoom calls or Skype, it's not. So pretty much the answer was no. And I'm always looking to edit different Thoom House content. Like, I love doing the gaming stuff. It's so much easier to edit, but the IRL stuff is fun and experimental, and you can add so much more sauce to it. So I think it's kind of weird because they need more content. They haven't posted, but they don't want the help when it's clearly needed. And guess what, guys? They don't have the money to pay an editor right now. I'm like, you don't have to pay me from your personal salary. You could just have NRG pay me. Don't be silly. So they leave a channel. Fans in the dark are not putting out content, and the content that's in the making seems like it's never coming. I mean, look at Meteors. This man is still lost months later. This vlog footage looks like it's completely unusable. And don't tell me they're not content creators. They're still getting used to it, guys. If a 5-year-old can become a TikTok sensation, you can figure out how to hold a camera, guys. And when Exie is streaming, I rarely see anyone else recording. So what content is everyone else bringing to the table? I say recording because offline recordings will always have better quality, you know, for the YouTube content they keep talking about. They had NRG doing all the hard stuff for them, videos that people enjoyed. They hired the editors, camera crew, and set up locations. All you had to do was show up and be entertaining. That's it. But now we're doing things the Thoom House way, and you guys can tell me, does it seem like it's working? It's almost like they're blind. It's like the kid who says, I don't need your help, I can do it myself, only to find themselves saying, you were right, can you just shut up and help me please, moments later. But sometimes people don't listen to advice, and they need to make the mistake for themselves. What I will say though is neglecting help sounds like a lot of ego, and if you are going to make new content that we've never seen before, it has to be amazing, because if the content is worse than what we had before, congratulations, we waited all of this time to have bad content, which makes you look like a terrible person for wasting our time. And tell me how much better this content is actually going to be compared to the Thoom House Thursday videos, and are they just saying this? Because right now it seems like they don't even know what IRL stuff they're going to do. They're like, oh, we have plenty of ideas. Okay, then where's the content, buddy? This seems like a group of people in the middle of nowhere for the first time, turning off their GPS, throwing away the map, throwing away the blueprint, ignoring all signs given to them by NRG and saying, we know where we're going, just relax. And I get figuring out what works for you, but how about you just do the content that was working while you figure out what you want to do? We could have had content working in the background. You guys could have kept making videos while you guys are like, okay, we're gonna set up the backpack. Instead of just going ghost, we get no content and we have no idea what's going on. That is a terrible plan. When you say this is the content we really wanted to make, it makes it seem like getting paid to play dodgeball, have a paintball war, and play hide and seek in a freaking mansion with your friends is torture. You get paid to have fun on camera. It sounds like they want to make money from this whole thing without actually having responsibilities. runs. Because if NRG runs it, you actually have to stick to a schedule, you have to show up and film, and content needs to be done and uploaded every Thursday. But if the Thoom House runs everything, guess what? You can tell NRG, this video is gonna take a while, guys. This is a lot of work. We're actually taking the week off. We don't have content yet, sorry. Our editor is actually just making sure it's perfect, guys. Are you sure your editor is just making it perfect, or is it because you have an unexperienced person in charge of the most important part of the production process? You have already had editors that could get something done, boom, quickly. But I do respect giving your friends a job to help out, but it doesn't hurt to have someone with more experience handle most of the load until they catch up as far as skill and efficiency. So I know a lot of people are gonna have the kindest hearts in the world and say, oh, they're just going through something right now. It's a lot of work to stream, it's a lot of work to create content, even though this is what they literally signed up for. They're living in a mansion to create content with their friends, and then the rest of us will see it for what it really is. While you may see it as a train wreck and they need help, I see it as a scam. So thank you everybody for watching. I'm glad I got to be your host, and this has been the Thoom House, a scam disguised as a train wreck. Good night, everybody.
Yo, chat, can we get a fucking facts in the chat? I'm consistent as a motherfucker. Hey, we back, and I'm so fucking happy at what goddamn happened. So we fucking celebrating. Yeah.